I don't know. That might be a portion of the minor pack. The minor pack, the gentleman who made it is your razor here, the fire department. He has a trunk full of different packs. And he puts on the hat to create that character. And there's other gentlemen around in the film, but he's kind of the primary guy. I can tell you it's a really good one, and it's been around for a while. It's definitely an older film. It's 35 minutes long, so I'm not sure if you want to.
Lazy ass raccoon. Probably got a belly full of fish.
Non mais attendez là, le make-up, pour soit clair, il nous trouver une pépite. Ouais, c'est pour nous. Et la pépite, grosse comme ça. C'est nous qui avons payé un argent de revient. Oui, tout va.
Take a look at your gold pans. You'll see these two gold catching riffles. Now it's important that you hold these riffles away from yourself like this at all times. If you're not holding them away from yourself, they're not going to be doing their job and you're not going to find gold. Alright? Now I'm also going to ask that everybody keeps their hands and pans out of the trough until I'm finished with my demonstration. That way you guys can see every single step, because if you don't follow my steps to the T, you're not going to find gold either. But don't worry, they're real easy and they're really easy to get. So there's something you need to know about gold. Gold is the third heaviest metal in the planet. It's the third heaviest metal in these boxes. It's 19 times heavier than the water, and it's 4 to 6 times heavier than the other sand and rocks that we have. But what that means to you as gold panners is you have to start by taking a big scoop right from the bottom of the box. Take a full pan like this and leave it in the water. Water is your best friend through this entire procedure. So you're going to leave it in the water and shake it back and forth. See the rocks moving back and forth on top? That's a good example that gold is falling down to the bottom of my pan. Now after we shake it up enough, I'm going to tip my pan in the water, so half of it's in, half of it's out, and I'm going to push my pan so all that stuff falls out. Alright?
Ouais, parce que nous, c'est dessus. Et le
And
sable,
then I'm
ça
going to
va.
go right back to shaking it back down. Settling the gold to the bottom. And then I'll tip my pan and I'll keep doing this process until I only have a small pile of sand in my pan. Shake, shake, shake. Tip, push, push. So that's a small enough pile, but I notice I have some big rocks. So I'm going to use my fingers and pull those rocks out of my sand pile. These rocks can hide the gold flakes that we're looking for, so it's important that we remove them ahead of time. And we get them rinsed off and pulled out of our pan. We're rinsing the rocks off in our pan in case they have any gold flakes attached to it. Then I'll take all of my sand and I'll settle it to one side of my pan. That way I ensure the gold is going to be at the deepest portion of this sand pile. And after I shake it up and settle it enough, I'm going to tip my pan and I'm going to separate the water and the sand. I'm going to let all the water drain out of that sand pile so it locks in place. And then slowly and surely, I'm going to tip my pan and wash all of this lighter material off the top of my pile.
Après, tu tournes tout doucement l'eau jusqu'à ce qu'elle s'évacue, en fait. Tout doucement.
The most important part of this process is I'm always leaving my pan at an angle, because that allows all the sand to be washed down when I rinse off this pile. And I'll keep going all the way down to the bottom, because it's at the bottom where I'll find gold flakes.
Regarde, il en a trouvé.
Il en a trouvé? Oh, c'est là ça?
See that color?
Yes.
Regardez ça, oui.
Gold is always going to be this color.
Voilà. Ah oui, c'est la couleur. C'est pas jaune, jaune. C'est pas jaune, c'est jaune or.
So once I find that gold in my pan, I'm going to pour all that water out. I'm going to set my pan down somewhere safe and pick up my gold vial. Now it's important that everything you do with your vial, you do it above your pan. So that way, in case you get a little too hasty and you try to pick up that gold and scrape it in, the gold doesn't go in your vial, it'll fall back in your pan and you can still pick it out. But you're going to take a dry fingertip, you're going to dry it off, and poke up this gold. Now wet gold is going to stick to a dry fingertip or a dry surface, and then once I have it on my finger, I'm going to cover my gold vial and rinse off my fingertip. The water cleans the gold off, no problem. I turn my...
Try it again.
Oh, there's the gold. Sorry guys, a little hiccup, no problem. Turn it sideways and you can use the water to magnify the gold pieces that are in it.
Ouais. Ah, de tout. Regarde les deux là. De tout. Oui, là, le petit truc jaune. Les deux trucs jaunes.
You can put it in the sunlight, you can see it even better.
Bah, on va dire, on va pas s'installer en Californie avec tout ça. On n'est pas prêt, hein. Comment il y a une terre abandonnée quelque part.
Do you see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the difference between fool's gold or iron pyrite and real gold is that iron pyrite is built like a crystal. So it's going to be shiny, gray. When you take it in your fingers and you roll it around, it's going to be kind of sharp. It's going to poke you a little bit. Now gold has been smoothed over with time in the river, so when you roll it around, it's not going to be sharp and it's not going to poke you at all.
C'est pas aiguisé.
It's going to be smooth.
C'est tout smooth. C'est tout doux. T'en souviens?
Now you turn your vial, turn that vial sideways. You see the difference between the color? That's the key identifier.
Et quand vous en avez suffisamment, regarde.
See the difference?
Ouais, elle est bon. Vous voyez même la première
Camille, mais t'es dans une
Ah ouais.
That's the difference. the yellow compared to the silver. Alright? There's one more piece of information. It's a material called garnet. And garnet is the birthstone of the month of January. And I don't have any garnet in my pan, but you'll be able to see it because garnet kind of looks like red colored glass. And they're semi-precious stones. And because they're the birthstone of the month of January, we have them in these boxes for that reason, because gold was discovered here in January 24th of 1848. So you can take that information home with you, or if you know a relative with the birthstone of the month of January, it can remind you. So go ahead and start digging. Take big scoops right from the bottom of the box, shake those pans in the water, and then tip them and push that stuff out. I'll be coming around to help you out.
Barry's just a little casual. Let's him get away with it.
Hey fellas,
Hey, how you doing?
got any iron beating today?
Oh, maybe a little.
Like what
Might be something hot on the counter.
Yeah,
I'd touch everything if you could. That'd
yeah.
be the way to find out.
You know, it occurred to me that blacksmiths, boy, they sure needed a good shoulder, didn't they?
Yeah,
I
they
bet
needed a good strong forearm.
Well, the whole thing, but I would guess that